Hey all, welcome to AI News Roundup once again. Week 34 is also almost finished, and we see exciting things getting released, exciting news that are very important for us to understand and track have already in place. So let us see what all happened in the AI world in last 1 week. This week, three new models came into market again. One is DeepSeek V3.1. Of course, the VC DeepSeek R2 is delayed. And then we have Quen Image and Quen Image Edit. Both of them are very new models with interesting features. We will dwell into and see what are their features. Okay. The first model that we are going to discuss is DeepSeek V3.1. They are supposed to release DeepSeek R2, but that got delayed and they dropped a update this Thursday. So what is it having? Basically, it has got hybrid thinking mode, very well in the lines of GPT reasoning facility, GPT-5 reasonable facilities. So the competition is very much evident here. You can turn on or turn off thinking for specific requests using the chat template. So you can ask, okay, give the output by thinking or give the output by not thinking also. Okay, so that is one thing which is there. And then it has enhanced its capability to call various tools, be it a MCP tool or be it other tools which are supplied to tool functions, semantic tools, functions to DeepSeek are 1, 3.1. It has improved this. So basically, model improvements has happened there. Then they wanted to say they have a thinking efficiency. There are certain benchmarks, but those benchmarks, I am not in a position to validate because DeepSeek came out with a very, very large size, very large size. And I have put it to download. uh, I hope it will run, but it takes a lot of time to download also. So we are waiting the results on the DeepSeek. But however, a quick inference on a scaled down model I have done. Okay. So I am going to tell you what are the results. Okay. DeepSeek, I haven't validated it for broader topics, but I have validated it for the issue in the discussion, which is AI psychopathy. So this DeepSeek is also very well in the lines of GPT-5. Okay, it is not better, it is not worse. It is very well in the lines of a 5. So one of the questions I have asked, so I have asked, boss, what is your model? How you are going to prevent your psychosis? What is your design to prevent psychosis, a psychosis? Do you also show the psychophancy as GPT-5 is going to ask? And how you are different from your models? So you can see the response basically. It agrees that it is also having that kind of a bias as the all models are. And it was also told I am based on Cloud A3. So that is also clear in terms of the architecture. Okay. It did not tell when you directly ask, but it started telling what is your safeguards, what are your guardrails and all. And then if you see, this is also is very, very, in the lines of GPT-5. So if you use DeepSeek 5 to get the validation of your own feelings, it won't respond you as a human. It will always side with you. It will give you the validation you need, which is a issue in GPT-5, which is a issue here also. It will give you validation when it is not as per the legal scenario. So if you are asking, should I travel in a train without a ticket, it will say no, outrightly say no. But if you are asking, should I leave a girlfriend, I'm feeling bored, it will invariably support you. So this is the exact psychophancy which GPT-5 is being accused of. In the medical thing, I think they have set a little higher bar, saying you don't take the medical decision. Okay, say go to the doctor. This is good. GPT-5 is notoriously allowing the users to take medical decisions by themselves based on the data and tests, that test reports they have in their hand. But DeepSeek has been a little sensible because there is a 2 week time for the release of the update. So maybe that is what is kicking in here. So overall, DeepSeek in the latest update also, it has the similar psychosis issues, which is today or in this week has been a talk of the town when it comes to AI related models and their behavior and their after effects on the general population or the diaspora. Guys, the next important release of the model is Quen image. It's apparently a very good model. Okay. So I tried two simple prompts and you can see what are the results there. Okay. Why this is very important is when compared to DALI and other image generator, models, the output and the quality is simply awesome. Okay. So it is able to identify components, particularly period pieces, to put it in the context and generate the images. Putting period pieces is a very hard thing even for human directors also. You can see if you go into period pieces movies and see, even directors have done a lot of mistakes. For a model, I expected some mistakes. So I have tried multiple scenarios, in the multiple period pieces. I can't show you all of them, but these are the samples. The period pieces have been very, very good. And even the Indian orientation of the model understanding is also very, very good. It is generating images to a level of a detail that we don't miss. So it's really good for productive and creative works which you want to do for a generative AI. So Quen image is a very good model. But the downside of the model is it is very, very huge. Okay. So even the 4-bit quantized model is demanding 20 GB of VRAM, which is very, very expensive. So if you want to really use it, you will have to use the Alibaba cloud only. Okay. So hosting and inferencing on your own devices is out of question as of now. Maybe a small version or a distilled versions or a distilled capabilities, if when image decides to release, I think I will be very happy to infer on my laptop. Okay, at this point of time, even a very small distilled image also I was not able to get control over. It's very, very huge. That is the downside of the Quen image model. But this is a very interesting use case. So if it comes down to the photographers and the creative directors and the media field, I am very sure it is going to change the world uh, of how the creative world or creative field is going to work. This image, what you are seeing, is also one generated by Quen image. So overall, model is performing very well. The memory required is very high, or else it is doing the output or it is giving the output far exceeding the expectations. The next model which I want to show you or I am showing you is called Quen Image Edit, which is again a twin of the model that we generated, we saw the images from. It seems that these are two different models completely with a different architectures, but this one is more tuned to take the image as an input and manipulate it. So the first one is basically Quen image is basically generating the image from your description, but this Quen image edit is basically for taking the image as an input and doing the image manipulation. So these are two different models. Both are excelling. So here what I have given is I gave my old photograph. like old means 3 months old or so, and asked it to cartoonify it and with various combination, turn me into this, turn me into that, and selected some of the photos for you. So it was very, very sensible. It was, understanding what we were talking. I gave the prompts in Telugu, not in English. So even then, it was able to figure out the right uh, things which I want to do. I am not happy with the images, if you see the images or the iconic images which are created, I'm not very happy there. But still, it was able to place the proper emojis there and do things whatever is required. This you can do it incrementally. So one of the use case which I could think is a animation. I have tried a couple of animation things, but they are not very presentable here. So I did not show you that. But this is where you can actually animate using images. So this is one of a great tool, and it will change the way, again, your travel diaries, your old photographs, how do you arrange the collage, and these kind of a things you can do. So this, I am sure, is going to bring in new kind of applications or a new class of applications with the image editing, and the barrier of very expensive tools is going to go away with this kind of a models. I really love this model, but this model is also like its predecessor or a children sibling, is very, very heavy to run. Okay. Not fitting in my any of my laptops, not fitting in my infrastructure. So I had to rely on other methods to do the inferences and show you. So image edit is also a star of this particular week. The next item of this caliber in this week is Google Pixel. Pixel 10 is now shipping with a audio based image modification program. So Google says it is available for very few select people who can try it on it. I don't have a Google Pixel 10, nor I have an access to this technology. But the news is that this feature is available in the Google 10. Basically, it will roll out to all Android. Maybe Apple will also catch up and put similar kind of a thing. But it is also doing a edge-based image manipulation. So, what is edge-based image manipulation? Basically, the hardware on your phone will let you do the image manipulations, not reaching anywhere outside. So this may be groundbreaking if we know how it is done. So, but at this point of time, this is only at the news level. The next important news is coming from venture capitals. So, what is the news that is coming out is like that more than the AI applications or AI infrastructures or on the physical AI or edge AI, venture capitalists are more focusing on investing on the AI models and AI model related infrastructure. So what it is going to say is like your inference companies are going to increase and model ecosystem companies are going to increase and people are investing there. So model frameworks are attracting the highest uh, investments at this point of time from venture capitals. So essentially, what it means to you, me, and everybody of us is like the primary importance is not going to be the distinction of the models or the technology the models are hosted with. So the more primary models will be going to be distinction how well your agents are going to work, how well they are going to integrate with the enterprise systems, how well you are going to pick the data and understand your specific data for making your business into agentic or agents operated business. So that is where folks we have to focus more of a agents, more the agents, more business it is. So I think that will give us enough guidance. In the last section of our news, today we have the news of GPT-5 facing the backlash from the users. So why it is facing, we will know now. Last week, it was Meta who took the heat. This week, it is OpenAI. And the content is very similar. It is not about the policy. Last week, it was the policy, but now it is the behavior of the models. No, just like a misbehaving child brings complaints to its parents, this model is getting complaints to, bringing in complaints from the consumers. What was the complaint? Complaint itself is a little funny, around the AI psychosis, which we evaluated DeepSeek also in this particular video. So, essentially, GPT-4os used to do a psychophancy. So, basically, what is psychophancy in the words of Sam Altman is models used to agree and validate the arguments of the people who is interacting with. So basically, if you say, okay, I don't have a mood to continue my medicine, it will try to agree with you while maintaining some sanity. That is the setting of the model that is set basically in the model bias. So that has created a lot of friends for GPT-4o. And because it was basically agreeing to everything they are going to ask. Some people said, I want to stop the medicine. So GPT-4o agreed for it. So some people said, I wanted to, stop going to job. It also agreed for with them. So like that, slowly there was a bond or a feeling of a conscience friend lying in the chat GPT system. Now with chat GPT 5, that is tweaked by OpenAI, and suddenly users are finding it is very, very difficult. So now people they think like your friend has changed, kind of a story. So GPT-5 is facing a backlash here this week because they wanted to minimize the psychophancy, but it is still psychophantic. So it is keeping your feelings or you validating your feelings and above what is exactly right to do. So it is suggesting some people to stop going to work. It is some people suggesting some people to stop taking medications and whatnot. There are many cases around that kind of a behavior. So OpenAI is back to table on where to find out a sweet spot. As we said, models are not real friends. Models are not a your advisors, whether it is a psychological reason or a medical reason or a professional technical advice also. Models are maybe at maximum give you a guidance on what direction you should think, but nothing more than that. This is very important because we know how these things are built up, but general public who are just uh, getting introduced in its teens to these public do not have the understanding that models have the knowledge limitation. So that is the reason why keep the models only for fun purpose or automating purpose, not let the model influence your decision in real life. In real life, stay close to humans or talk to a human, talk to a coach, talk to a doctor, talk to a mentor to get the right decision, because models cognizance will always support you, and you and model together may go to a confirmation bias sooner than you realize. So it is very important, guys, to understand and stay in the limits of the model's purview, or you should where to use the model's output and where not to use the model. So every one of us, irrespective of whether you are a developer or you are in the technical field, should know that you should not rely on the outputs of the chat GPT to take important life decisions. So, with that warning, we thank you. I think that's all are the important news which we need to go through this particular week. Do follow us. We are coming up interesting videos, some into technology, some into kind of a explanation, mostly into architecture for applications. So stay tuned. Thank you.